So it's not just me playing against the sim with AIs as references, right? Like, but the AI is actually competing against me too. Like it's learning, right? And I assume in the same way, or at least it's built that way. And so like I would put together a really good ad campaign and then I would get beat, and I'd put together a really good brand and I would get beat and so on. And I fell in love with that. And I got so into it because to me, that's how business really works. My expectation was definitely that it wouldn't be as nuanced as having 30 different modules, in every quarter that all interact with each other. And then there's all these different weightings out on, things that happen in the market based on feedback from your team, based on feedback from how the market is performing, your competitors, what the general supply and demand is in any given market that you decided to enter. And so I greatly underestimated that component. And so I think one of the biggest things that fortifies is that if you do not do the homework, basically, or if you don't do your homework, you're going to have a bad result. There's no way about it. You're not going to cheat the system, right? That's the biggest thing, really. It's learning that people who are successful in business or in general, they crunch the numbers and they make an informed decision based on what the objective reality of the situation is. And so when I saw the systems improvements segment come up and they started pointing out that there were bad working conditions, I immediately said, I have to allocate as much resource as possible to satisfying all these requirements. Because first of all, they tell you right away, this is a theme. So I was like, I have to nail this, right? It's just being conscious in general. And I know in a lot of modern business, if you don't have a conscious application of strategy, then you're going to run into a problem with your board. You're going to get in trouble with your PR. And there's just so many things. And then also it's just quality of life. Like I've worked in really terrible work environments too. So if I'm an employee, I'm going to work better if somebody pays to invest in this, this quality of life improvement, which is also good if we're not dumping things in the river, so on and so forth. So first thing that comes to mind is if you can tie a learning experience to something emotional that's real and tangible, people learn that way much, much better. We know that, right? It's an experiential thing, right? And so this, to me, was the best example I've ever seen in just any educational experience of tying that back to an emotional element.